We are outside here today for March, a wonderful 70-degree day for racing to kick off on Friday's card. Interesting race in race number 6. A slew of horses scratched out of this allowance optional 55. Four horses to be exact, but still an interesting field here for the 6th.
And they're off. Magical Monarch and Surfboard with full proof up their early speed. Tim Siam drift out a little wide of the first turn run. Ascendance racing back in the pack, and when a hard man Fided trails the field. 8 lengths off that pace as Magical Monarch opens up. Magical Monarch opens up a 3-length lead now. Surfboard is second in full proof in third. Another 2. Tim Siam racing off the inside. At the rail is Ascendance, another 5 back, and when a hard man Fided is last of them all with 6 furlongs left to go. Solid pace going out there. Magical Monarch goes winging under Jamie Rodriguez, and now an 8-length lead. Almost 9 on Surfboard in second, and Tim Siam. Ascendance gets the rail run in the second flight. Back to full proof back of the pack, and with a hard man Fided trailing the field. Magical Monarch isolated on the lead, almost 10 as they head to the far turn run. As Ascendance slips through down to the inside of Surfboard. Tim Siam is fourth as they head for the far turn run, and full proof is dropping to the back of the pack with a hard man Fided yet to pick it up from last into the far turn with 3 furlongs left to go. Magical Monarch is the leader by some 5. His Surfboard on the inside is Ascendance, and then Tim Siam is in fourth. Another 7 lengths back, and it's full proof, and what a hard man Fided. Racing to the quarter pole, the top of the stretch. Magical Monarch to beat still has a 6-length advantage. Ascendance and Surfboard second and third, and Tim Siam with a hard man Fided. Upper stretch, 3/16 left to run. Magical Monarch kept to task with about a 6 or 7 length advantage. Magical Monarch driven home. Now 8 in front from Surfboard. On the inside is Ascendance. Magical Monarch to do it. Magical Monarch all alone at the end. A win by some 7 or 8. Surfboard was second. Ascendance third. Tim Siam finished fourth. Jamie Ness. Pretty Kentucky by Amy Bolton. Marshall Graham. 3-year-old Greg Gelding by Good Magic. Out of Mechanic by Maria Zman. Minute 47 points. Pretty Kentucky by Amy Bolton. Marshall Graham. 3-year-old Greg Gelding by Good Magic. Out of Mechanic by Maria Zman. Official $2 exacta 57 even. Dollar trifecta 75.10. Dollar superfecta 233.70. Second race, scratch 6 Ashur. Third race, 5 Davy Jones, jockey Horatio Caramano, scratch 6 bottomless refill. Fourth race, no changes. In the fifth, all clear with no changes. 24 minutes, race 2. And they're off. Love you, bye-bye. Stumbled at the start. Guapo again sent out, but Casino Tricks is a little faster, though. Casino Tricks is up to grab the lead. Love You Bye-Bye and Guapo again, second, third. Great Days Ahead travels fourth with a backstretch run, the opening furlong. Rascally Rebel on the outside. Aliferous now tucks over to save some ground, and Field West Star. Down the backstretch, and it's Casino Tricks. Casino Tricks leads the way. Half mile left to go, 3 parts of a length from Guapo again, and Great Days Ahead. Rascally Rebel is fourth. Aliferous trying to roll through between horses from fifth under a ride. Another 7 back. West Star with a lot to do. And Love You Bye-Bye tails off to last position. Midpoint on the turn. The pressure's on Casino Tricks from Guapo again. There on the outside. They're at even terms and head-to-head as they turn in with a quarter of a mile left to go. Guapo again. Guapo again from Casino Tricks. Up the inside now. Trying to rally up. There's Great Days Ahead. Great Days Ahead just in behind the top pair. Furlong and a half left to run. They're followed by Aliferous, and West Star is gaining some ground late in the stages here. And And out the inside comes West Star moving into third, but it's Casino Tricks holding gamely. Guapo again. Guapo again on the outside. One more try at Casino Tricks. Nose to nose. Photo. Guapo again. Casino Tricks a photo in a second. West Star up the rail and Rascally Rebel. Minute 12.25. $2.50, dollar trifecta. $1 superfecta 4138, $176.70. Again, the $2 double 34, 45.40. Third race, number 5, Davy Jones, jockey Horatio Caramana, scratch number 6. In the winner's circle, Guapo again. Jockey Raul Mina up in time to win. In the photo, race 2 for Lagamo Racing Stable LLC, trained by Rodolfo Sanchez Solomon, the 5-year-old bay horse by Seek Again, and a Face Girl by Crimson Tide. Brendan Argent, winner's circle, Guapo again. Jockey Raul Mina up in time to win. In the photo, race 2 for Lagamo Racing Stable LLC, trained by Rodolfo Sanchez Solomon, the 5-year-old bay horse by Seek Again, and a Face Girl by Crimson Tide. Brendan Argenti, $2.50, dollar trifecta. $1 superfecta 4138, $176.70. Again, the $2 double 34, 45.40. Third race, number 5, Davy Jones, jockey Horatio Caramana, scratch number 6, bottomless refill. No changes in the fourth. Fifth race, no changes. And they're off. Glass of Courage and Goodbye Note from the rail going for the lead. Here's Davy Jones right up there with early speed, but taken back a bit into the turn run. Minx's Lucky Starfire on the outside about the 4-path. Back to Brady Bear and Albert Finnegan trailing on the outside of the 2-path. Round that first turn they roll, and Goodbye Note sets the tempo. Goodbye Note now. 7 ace out, gets away a length and change in front from Glass of Courage, same margin back. Minx's Lucky Starfire, third position, now losing ground of the front runners. And back to Brady Bear's in between horses. Albert Finnegan racing on the far outside, and Davy Jones last, only 6 from the front. Heading now with 5.5 furlongs left to go. Goodbye Note and Carrasco in charge. Goodbye Note bounding away by some 2 lengths. Minx's Lucky Starfire gets the rail run. Brady Bear in between horses, and Glass of Courage on the outside. Then another 2 lengths, and Albert Finnegan, Davy Jones trailing the field. No serious challenge yet for Goodbye Note with a 2-length lead. Minx's Lucky Starfire, Brady Bear second and third. Glass of Courage is ridden for more. Davy Jones saving ground, pushing up on the inside into 4th position with 3 furlongs left to go. And Albert Finnegan tails off to last. So Goodbye Note holding in the lead. Brady Bear, the immediate danger on the outside. Minx's Lucky Starfire. Davy Jones in between horses. And the outside is Glass of Courage, is widest into the stretch. They turn for home now. Goodbye Note. Goodbye Note asks to go on. Does so willingly by 2.5, almost 3. Minx's Lucky Starfire on the inside, claiming second, or between horses Davy Jones and Glass of Courage on the outside. Brady Bear didn't kick in. Last 16th of mile. Goodbye Note all the way. Goodbye Note and Carrasco 3 in front of the line. Minx's Lucky Starfire second at a nice price. Davy Jones and then Brady Bear. In the winner's circle now, Goodbye Note, owned and trained by Smith. Victor Carrasco aboard, the 3-year-old Big Gelding by Blofeld out of Madam Alex. By Not For Love, bred in Maryland by Mr. and Mrs. Charles McGinnis. In a minute, 46.73. Official $2 exacta, 116 even. Dollar trifecta, 347.50. Dollar superfecta, $1,004.70. In the winner's circle now, Goodbye Note, owned and trained by Smith. Victor Carrasco aboard, the 3-year-old Big Gelding by Blofeld out of Madam Alex. 16 even, dollar trifecta, 347.50. Dollar superfecta $1,004.70. $412 double $27.40. Fourth race, no changes. Exacta, trifecta, superfecta, double, pick 3, pick 6. The affirmed Allied Classic race. Fifth race, no changes. Sixth race, scratch 3, Murray, 4, exculpatory. Scratch 7, spun in 1. Scratch 9, Rominski. No high five in the sixth. Seventh race, scratch 3, Lady Limoncello. Scratch 5, Faith and Liberty. Number 6, Determined Princess, jockey Geron Barbosa. Geron Barbosa on the 6th. Determined Princess in the 7th. In the pool. And they're off. Early Rose, Then Come Morning is set up for early speed. Then Come Morning to take the lead. From Early Rose down to the rail and a 3 wide brief in between horses. Hazelmore Beach and about 4 wide is Never Done round that first turn run. And She's So Cool. Outkicked early. She's So Cool last and some 10 off that pace. With 7/8 of a mile to travel, and it's Then Come Morning the one to catch. A 3-length advantage. Never Done a second, about a length, and on the outside Hazelmore Beach, rail is Early Rose. The length and a half, and brief is some 8 off the speed now, and She's So Cool is last of them all. Racing midway down the backstretch, and Then Come Morning bounding along with about a 5-length advantage from Never Done to second. Early Rose is third, and then Hazelmore Beach ridden along for a little more. Brief on the outside, still about 9 to 10 off at Pacemaker, and She's So Cool yet to pick it up from the back. Heading into the turn, Then Come Morning and a 4-5 length advantage. Trump Never Done the closest one in second and trying to get a little closer. Around the tar turn, Then Come Morning maintains the edge. Early Rose traveling in third position, followed by Brief, who's still about 10 to 11 from that leader. And She's So Cool and Hazelmore Beach has tailed off way back. With 2.5 furlongs left to go, Then Come Morning with a 5-length lead. Never Done, scrubbed on for more for second. Early Rose is in third. And Brief is next in the strong outfield, followed by She's So Cool. And last of them all, Hazelmore Beach. Into the stretch, Then Come Morning. Then Come Morning, looking for the Laurel line and a 5-length advantage. Trump Never Done and Early Rose, all driving past the furlong marker, with Then Come Morning maintaining a safe advantage under Martina Rojas. Then Come Morning, Early Rose, up the rail for second. It's Then Come Morning, Early Rose, and Never Done. And a photo fourth there with She's So Cool, Brief. Or 7-9. Scratch 3, Murray, 4, exculpatory, 7, spun in 1, 9, Rominski. 7th race, scratch 3, Lady Limoncello, and the 5, Faith and Liberty. 3 and 5 out of race 7, Geron Barbosa on the 6, Determined Princess. 8th race, $1 trifecta, 215, $20.10. $1 superfecta, 2156, 91.30. 1 2 $2 double, 16.60. Bred in Maryland by Donald Clifford Wilson. 4-year-old Chestnut filly by Frisian Fire and a Pure Strike by Pure Prize. Time was 1:48.39, mile out of 16th. Official. $1 trifecta, 215, $20.10. $1 superfecta, 2156, 91.30. 1 2 $2 double, 16.60. 50 cent pick 3, $10.75. Fifth race, exacta trifecta, superfecta, double pick 3, late pick 5, no changes. Fifth. Sixth race, scratch 3 4, 7 9. Scratch 3 Murray, 4 exculpatory, 7 spun in 1, 9 Rominski. 7th race, scratch 3 Lady Limoncello, and the 5 Faith and Liberty. 3 and 5 out of race 7, Geron Barbosa on the 6, Determined Princess. 8th race, 5 Crossland, jockey Horatio Caramanos. Horatio Caramanos now on the 5 Crossland, race 8. And they're off. Awkward beginning there. Lutewarm was last. Gold Rush Hottie with his blinkers on, firing out for the early lead. Riley G with a good start, going to get up there and prompt. So there goes Riley G up the rail, and Gold Rush Hottie on the outside. And Riley G has a narrow lead for the opening furlong. Ballroom Eyes in third, and Dynamism up close there fourth. Dark Princess is in fifth, and Unfolding Beauty, and about 8 or 9 lengths back. Lukewarm, ridden for more, is last of them all. Heading for the far turn, Riley G, the greater catch. Riley G from Gold Rush Hottie, the lead about a length and a half. And the outside is Ballroom Eyes. Dynamism hustled up there in the inside with 4 furlongs left to go. And they're followed by Dark Princess, Unfolding Beauty. And last of them all, still well back, is Lukewarm. Into the turn, and it's Riley G rolling right along. Riley G, Gold Rush Hottie now drops back. On the inside, Dynamism just picks up second spot. Ballroom Eyes is in third. Gold Rush Hottie continues to retreat in fourth, and Dark Princess fifth while saving ground. Lukewarm has improved to second to last, but still plenty to do, and Unfolding Beauty trails the field. Riley G confidently ridden at the top of the lane. Riley G comes for home. Riley G was over to that left lead for just a moment. Now kept to task now by 5, by 6. And second is Dynamism, who's giving it a good go from second. It's Riley G and Dynamism. Riley G, Dynamism 1-2. Lukewarm has closed a lot of ground. Up for third, it's Riley G. Riley G over Dynamism to win by about 3. Lukewarm, and then Dark Princess. He said pick 5, 163.50. 6 race, scratch 3 Murray, 4 exculpatory, scratch 7 spun in 1, scratch the 9 Rominski. No high five wagering in the 6th. Racing, trained by Brittany Russell, 4-year-old Gray Filly, by Flatter out of Wicked Ride by Candy Ride. Bred in Kentucky by Robert Lowe, Luana Lowe. Minute 26.7. Dollar Superfecta 53.60. 2-2 double 11.40. Pick 3, $7.35. 50 cent pick 4, $26.80. 50 cent pick 5, $163.50. 6 race, scratch 3 Murray, 4 exculpatory, scratch 7 spun in 1, scratch the 9 Rominski. No high five wagering in the 6th. Started a late pick 4, 7th race, scratch 3 and 5. Lady Limoncello, Faith and Liberty. Sharon Barbosa on the 6th, Determined Princess. 8th race, 5 Crossland, jockey Horatio. Lined up. And they're off. Karen's Notion sent out for the lead. Swell with a sharp break on immediate attack for the inside, and then Bump and Run with good speed to the outside in third position. They're followed by No Sense out of the rail racing in fourth. Our Nation on Parade, and 3's over Deuces in the back. 5 lengths from front to back. And led by Swill now, as Swill has the lead. Swill from Karen's Notion back second. Outside is Bump and Run in the clear, while 3 deep into the turn run. No Sense rail. Our Nation on Parade just 3 lengths some speed, and 3's over Deuces on the outside. Far turn run, and it's Swill pushed along from Bump and Run there on the outside, and No Sense lurks on the inside from third. 3's over Deuces firing up with a run on the far outside. 3's over Deuces taking third at the quarter pole as they turn in. It's Swill to catch. Swill from Bump and Run. 3's over Deuces. No Sense down to the inside. They're followed by Our Nation on Parade, who switched to the deep outside. Our Nation on Parade, widest of them all, trying to grind to the center of the track. 3's over Deuces confronts Bump and Run. Bump and Run, 3's over Deuces. 3's over Deuces. Bump and Run giving now to the outside. Giving more. It's Bump and Run. Bump and Run got it won by a nose. Run 3's over Deuces, and then it was No Sense in Our Nation on Parade. Judges have called for a photo. 7th race, scratch 3, Lady Limoncello. Scratch the 5, Faith and Liberty. Number 6, Determined Princess, jockey Sharon Barbosa. On 6, Determined Princess. 8th race, 5 Crossland, jockey $135.80. Dollar trifecta. Coming up in a moment, here's a dollar superfecta, $138.20. 210 double, $30.20. Dollar trifecta, $64.80. 50-cent pick three, $15.70. Official. Owned by Alicia Morgan, trained by Tim Shaw. Sylvester Gonzalez aboard. Bump and run. A minute 10.26. 4-year-old gray colt by $35.80. Dollar trifecta. Coming up in a moment, here's a dollar superfecta, $138.20. 210 double, $30.20. Dollar trifecta, $64.80. 50-cent pick three, $15.70. $30.20 for the 210 $2 double. 7th race, scratch 3, Lady Limoncello. Scratch the 5, Faith and Liberty. Number 6, Determined Princess, jockey Geron Barbosa. On 6, Determined Princess. 8th race, 5, Crossland, jockey Horatio Caramanos. On the in line. And they're off. Determined Princess, a beat slow to go. Champagne Dance gets the first call from Puddin' Pie and Overly Dramatic. Third on the outside. Joyful Kitten at the rail up close there in fourth. And Dead Sexy is in fifth. And Determined Princess in the back. Heading off of the far turn run. And Champagne Dance with that speed at the rail. Puddin' Pie right there. Champagne Dance a half length in front from Puddin' Pie. Second, Overly Dramatic. Dead Sexy and tight in between horses. Joyful Kitten at the rail. And Determined Princess trying to rev up on the outside after a bit of a slow beginning. Determined Princess is pushed all the way up to fourth. Puddin' Pie a narrow lead into the turn from Overly Dramatic. Overly Dramatic now just ahead in front from Puddin' Pie. Champagne Dances in third and Determined Princess on the outside. And Dead Sexy is next. Another 6 lengths back at Joyful Kitten trails the field. Top of the stretch, Overly Dramatic. The favorite holding on to a narrow lead. Determined Princess on the outside. Determined Princess up to try to engage Overly Dramatic. Overly Dramatic kicks in once again to Determined Princess. Dead Sexy picks up third to the middle of the track past the furlong marker. Overly Dramatic responding under Sheldon Russell. They're pulling away now. Daylight lead by 4, almost 5. Determined Princess did her best, but it's Overly Dramatic. Overly Dramatic, Determined Princess, and then Dead Sexy third. Puddin' Pie fourth. Double 28.80, 10.8, $2 double. Pick 3, $14.55. Pick 4, $44.65. Overly Dramatic. Double 28.80, 10.8, $2 double. Pick 3, $14.55. Pick 4, $44.65. Seven to 2. Margin of error. They're off. Mid-flight Crossland with a good break. Capone and Margin of Air speeding up on the outside. They're going to grab the lead. Capone leads into the first turn run. Capone just off the inside to try to get a clear and over to the inside. Capone now in front by a length. As Jolly by Golly quick on the scene from second. And the outside Margin of Air. Crossland after a sharp break settles in fourth. And on the chase of the pace now is Sagrada Ray next. And Shell back and trailing the field is Under the Radar. In seventh Under the Radar. About a dozen, maybe 13 off the speed of Capone. Capone up top from Margin of Air, 3/4 of a length, and Jolly by Golly Rail. Crossland up there in fourth. First four, only 3 lengths covers him. Another 6. Back to Sagrada Ray. Then back to Shell back, and Under the Radar has to pick it up. Capone leads the way still. Capone 3/4 of a length from Margin of Air. Jolly by Golly on the inside asks for a little more run. Crossland is in fourth. Sagrada Ray is in fifth. They're back to Shell back and trailing the field still Under the Radar. Not much change. Capone to catch. Capone, Margin of Air on the outside. Margin of Air, Capone. Here's Margin of Air to even terms with Capone. Crossland on the outside, third, and Jolly by Golly. Jolly by Golly just third now. Jolly by Golly still in that hot chase as they turn for home, and Margin of Air has come to grab the lead. From Capone is back second, and Jolly by Golly ridden through on the rail by Barbosa. Jolly by Golly charging hard, second on the inside. Into the stretch, it's Margin of Air and Jolly by Golly. Margin of Air by 2 from Jolly by Golly. Capone is third as Under the Radar picks up pieces on the far outside. Margin of Air sharp in victory, opening up 5 with a 16th of a mile left to go as Under the Radar tries to pick up second from Jolly by Golly. Margin of Air. Under the Radar, Jolly by Golly, Crossland. Eighth race official. $2 exact at $24.40. $1 trifecta $32.60. $1 superfecta 71. Unofficial winner, Margin of Air, Michael Sanchez. For Charles Lowe, Troy Johnson, John Lee, Jamie Ness, trainer, 2 wins, Jamie. Pick 3, $25.95. Ninth race, scratch 6, Irish Lace. After race 9, 5 races from Marana, Uruguay. You can wager through Laurel Park. Lined up. And they're off. No More Mask gets the first call out of there. Lunita hustled up. Lunita, No More Mask, knocking heads in the opening furlong. Fancy Princess on the chase in third. I Have Courage rail fourth. Tweet Away, Robin underway on the far outside within 3 lengths of a speed. And Matula is the trailer. Only 4.5 or 5 lengths will cover the entire bunch. And Lunita sent at the rail for the lead. No More Mask is right there. And Fancy Princess in third. The far outside is Tweet Away, Robin. 4 deep around the far turn. Another 2. I Have Courage asks for more at the back of the pack, and Matula trails the field. Into the turn with 3 A's to go. It's No More Mask the head in front from Fancy Princess, 2 back. Tweet Away, Robin. Lunita's backed off in fourth. Back to Matula. I Have Courage has a lot to do now. They race to the quarter pole, the top of the stretch now. No More Mask just holding an arrow lead. Fancy Princess driven alongside in second. Into the stretch now. No More Mask breaks away. A 2.5, almost 3-length lead outside the final furlong. Out center of the track is Tweet Away, Robin is trying to pick up, and Fancy Princess just stubbornly hanging on to second now with a 16th of a mile left to run. No More Mask. Apprentice Christian Maldonado for his first win. No More Mask. From the onrushing Tweet Away, Robin second, 2.5 lengths behind No More Mask. Fancy Princess, and then it was Matula. Owned by Corrales Racing LLC, Jose Corrales, trainer. No More Mask. 5-year-old bay mare by Palace. Out of Anything I Can Do For You by Temple City, Brennan, Maryland, by Dr. and Mrs. A. Leonard Pinot. Owned by Corrales Racing LLC, Jose Corrales, trainer. No More Mask. 5-year-old bay mare by Palace. Out of Anything I Can Do For You by Temple City, Brennan, Maryland, by Dr. and Mrs. A. Leonard Pinot. Official, $2 exacta 48 even. Dollar trifecta $74.10. Dollar superfecta $211.10. 7-5 $2 double $79.80. Pick 3 $28.15. Pick 4 $279.30. Late pick 5 $594.40. Pick 6 5 of 6 $19.26. Carry over to Saturday, $2,816.44. Coming up next, 5 races from Moronis, Uruguay. Race 10 from Moronis, less than 10 minutes away, 8 minutes to post.
4 stakes races on the card for tomorrow for Saturday's card. First post time is 12:25, and a bit of a head scratcher, and at least 2 to 3 out of the 4.